Hello there, I'm Vigalius. That was a very forced intro. I'm particularly jolly, but not on purpose. This is Infinite Warfare, and that's why I'm not particularly jolly, in actual fact. The National, Sleep Well Beast, is an amazing album. You should go out and listen to it if you want a somber, dark album. And this is a commentary. When did my intros get so stupid? When did they get so long-winded? When did I begin, recommending albums to people? But seriously, though, The National Sleep Well Beast is an amazing album. But also, LCD sound system. But no, I want to talk about something to you that's very sort of important to people now, and is the future of everything, and all of this stuff. First, I want to tell you, this is Infinite Warfare, and because I do want to make this slight point before I begin this. I was thinking, when World War II comes out, if I get into it, if I start getting, I might start getting good again, because it's tactical and it's actually, good. I might start be able to, oh, great, man, awesome, nice use of words. I might start, oh, wow. I may be able to begin to start this commentary again, but I won't. I may be able to begin to actually post multiplayer gameplay. Because it might be good enough. I might be able to get to a level where I'm confident enough to actually post real multiplayer gameplay and not just bots on old throwback maps to try to fit the theme of what I'm talking about right now. But what I'll talk about is YouTube. I want to talk about YouTube as a whole. And as I said, it's very important to people. It's what you're watching this through. And I want to preface this by saying I do think YouTube has been a revolution, and I do think that it has brought us a lot of things that are great and a lot of things that are shitty. But I think the great things outweigh the shitty things, and I think that the shitty things are avoidable, and that it's good, man. But when YouTube started, when I was first on it, and I was watching my commentaries. I mean, look, even what you're watching now is an outdated form. I'm doing it to anyone who doesn't sort of realize when I do a COD commentary. I do it as a sort of throwback form. I do it as an intertextual reference to how YouTube used to be and how I used to do gameplays and sort of my inability to move forward. And I did move with the pack when Let's Plays took over, and I really don't know what the big gaming thing is at the moment, to be honest, because I'm not really up on my YouTube gaming. But I do these commentaries as this sort of throwback style, because I do like the way that it goes. I like having gameplay that doesn't really, it's not essential to the video, or you can just listen, and I stole that style from CNN's, where man, he was the king of COD commentaries back in the day. He was phenomenal, and I don't think he does them anymore. I don't really watch his videos anymore, which is a shame. But he had such a great way of just conveying everything that he wants to say to people, and of getting the message and the meaning across without shouting or getting angry or getting political, any of this. He just spoke in your ear and told you how it was, and I really appreciated that, and I learned so much from those commentaries, and it's a shame that he did stop doing them. But he had to move, and this is what I'm talking about. Things on YouTube change, man, and man, have they changed. I would say, to summarize what I'm talking about before I even say it, is I think the big difference between YouTube, look at all those bodies on the floor. The big difference with YouTube is the creative ability that's been somewhat stripped away from us. And the reason I brought up things like CNNs and the fact that this is a throwback video is because I don't feel as though what I'm doing is going to generate views or subscribers or anything like that, because it's not what people are watching. And I feel as though people like CNNs were able to make such incredible commentaries, say such brilliant, beautiful things, because they could. Because when they did what they did, they were able to. They were bringing something to the table that no one else was, and that was good. That was good in the day. What I want to talk about is when YouTube started out, when it was a young gem, a young flower budding into life. Yes, now I'm doing one of CNN's voices, you see, the old man. When it was starting, dude, I was so excited, and I think everyone was. We were all so excited to have this new platform, and what was so great was that it was, I'm trying to bring up the energy again because I'm slowing right down into smooth DJ mode. What was so great about YouTube at the time was that it was something where you could bring your creative ideas to the platform, because there were no restraints, because it was just an open source platform for everyone to bring their ideas to, and you just make what you want to make. dude, you make content, and if someone finds it, great. They'll probably tell their friends, and they'll probably tell their friends, and then it would end up on the homepage, and you can make something of yourself, grow subscribers. It'll be awesome. And that did last quite a while, you know. It was brilliant. And that's why I started YouTube. I saw it as somewhere for me to voice my opinions, to make videos, and I did just want to copy Tina's, but which is sort of defeating the purpose of my point in this video. But I did bring my own flair to it, and I did bring my own ideas to it. But yeah, I saw it as this great place to air my opinions and to say what I want to say and do what I want to do and make funny content, make informative content, and all of that. And I think that was very of the time. When YouTube came about, it wasn't TV, which was what everybody loved about it. Though you weren't inundated with ads. You weren't watching content that was very controlled and very restricted and very producer, and I know it sounds silly, but producer created, but it shouldn't be in the hands of the producers, but they would have such a hand in it that it would be so filtered and so mashed down into a pace that's sort of sustainable for people. But that wasn't YouTube. YouTube came along with new ideas and great and cool, fun and awesome, and it was young and fresh and hip, which was great because there was so much that we hadn't seen, that we hadn't experienced, that people were able to just sit there and edit, like go on Movie Maker and edit together a dumb video where they, you know, teleport a cat or go on a drive and then there's zombies, you know, I don't know, I'm just putting words together, mash and gravy and peas and carrots. Why am I roasting it? So, I think I'm having a seizure. But no, it was fantastic. But I think what's happened is over the years, it's become a lot more restricted. And unfortunately, what we're seeing is slowly it is turning into TV. And all we're hearing from big YouTubers now is restriction, restriction, restriction. People are quitting YouTube. They're getting rid of their YouTube channels because they can't do what they want to do, and that was the problem. The problem is they've had that creativity. What made YouTube great, what brought people to the platform, is being stripped away from them. We're not allowed to swear in certain ways. We're not allowed to show certain things. You're not allowed to show like crimes being committed or any of this stuff. And in some cases, not even just for monetization, just in general, we're not allowed to show certain things or say certain things, and that was never the point. The point was to have a platform where you could say what you wanted to say, do what you wanted to do, and it was different from TV, and we were able to make things different from TV. But now we're seeing the biggest YouTubers, no offense to, you know, those cool guys and doing all that cool stuff. I sound so old in this video, but it's all very filtered. There isn't much swearing, there isn't, you know, much zany content or anything cool like that, and you really have to look deep within to find anything that's interesting or creative, and it's still kind of not there. I mean, the YouTubers that I watch right now, stuff like Rooster Teeth and stuff like that, where they're not as filtered, but they're not really capable of making stuff, you know, like in some of the Let's Plays, they can't even make a Let's Play without reading an ad before the Let's Play because they don't want to monetize with YouTube because of the content restrictions. And I think what we're going to find is that over time, we're going to move away from this platform. The gaming videos are the only solo videos I make specifically just for YouTube. I actually have started making making videos for Twitter, and I find that there's more popularity there. I'm not restricted by the content that I make, and people are watching it. People are finding it through my Twitter page, you know, and Twitch is rising, and you know, streaming and everything. And I feel like eventually what's going to kill YouTube is it's too restricted, and it is becoming television. We are getting inundated with ads, and we aren't allowed to say what we want to say or do what we want to do. And unfortunately, that great new platform has gone. But luckily, hopefully one day, it will pave the way for a brand new one, and we can all have great creative stuff. I'll go see you later. I'm out of time.